what to do with you.
Well, actually, we were talking a little bit about free forms of advertising, and particularly safe lists, mailers, traffic exchanges, and the like. And we also briefly, before the recording started.
Okay, the voice is delayed. I'm hearing him twice. Oh!
Okay.
You're welcome.
Oh, and we also briefly mentioned solo ads and whether we felt they were effective or worth the money. So those were some of the things that we were kind of kicking around before we were able to start the recording. What do you think, John? Are we going to join in on this? You got any opinions?
Well, I've had more success recently, like say in the past year, with my safe list marketing. I do safe lists. I do traffic exchanges. I do some solo. It just depends on the safe list I belong to. I'm not sure if my solo ads have been quite successful. Yeah. Safe lists have been pretty successful for me, but I must say in the past few months I haven't been able to advertise a whole lot. I need to get back. I need to increase it. So kind of hard for me to figure right now. But,
yeah, Belinda and I were saying that there are certain things that seem to do better, of course, these types of advertising services and others, when you're dealing with safe lists and traffic exchanges and mailers and text ad exchanges and the like, basically the things that, other than I think obviously the things that are going to convert the best are other safe lists, other traffic exchanges, other, marketing tools and the whatnot. But I pointed out too, I think if anybody's watching this, if you're going to use these types of programs, the best thing you can promote on them is you. Build your brand, build your list. And by list, I mean any sort of following. We kind of use list generically to refer to your following. And your following may not be on an autoresponder, although you should be using one. But your following might be on Facebook. Your following might be on YouTube, or your following might be wherever, But build your following, build your list. Any successful person online has established himself as with a following. And Belinda, she's done she's branded everywhere. If you look around at Belinda Condell, you're going to see Belinda, Belinda stuff, Belinda brands. And if you brand with a business name or whatever, just so people know that's you. And get busy, build your brand, build your list. And by brand, we mean an association with you. That's what branding basically is. So when people see something and they see that your name or the name, your business name, whatever name you're chosen, your pseudonym or whatever, they know that's you. That's what branding is. It's an association with you. And if you're going to use a free form of advertisement, the best thing you can advertise, is not your program, but advertise you. And then from that relationship, you can talk to your list, your following, about your program.
People join you, not your company.
Absolutely. And, companies come and go.
Mm-hmm.
And if a company falls or falters or fails or has problems, you still got your group of people if you treated them right. And the lists are not just to be marketed to, okay, people? One of my biggest pet peeves, and you guys probably agree with this, right? One of my biggest pet peeves is when you get on a person's list and all they ever do is pitch you with opportunities and sales and deals. And
that's the way to get unsubscribed very quickly.
Yeah, it's just advertisement. I don't need all advertisement. I need content. I need something useful. And if you want me to trust you to buy the stuff you're going to present to me, then you better work at building a relationship with me, okay?
I have a list of people that followed me for like the last few years, because I'm not one to advertise, buy this, buy that. I give content. But once in a great while, when I see something that I'm really impressed with, or I really feel like they should know about, other than for my own personal use, almost all of them buy because they know it's rare that I even like. It's not a habit of me doing this, so they take it seriously. They take notice. I mean, they buy it only if it fits them, of course, but they're more they trust me. They know that I'm not going to just promote to promote, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you want to have the reputation, that where people want to stay subscribed to your list because they know they can trust you and they like the content you give them. And if you're not doing that, and if you're just abusing your list by trying to sell them things all the time, then you're nothing more than a product peddler or a pusher of whatever, I mean,
Yeah.
Is that really the reputation you want? Is that really going to build you long-term success? I mean, you have to think when you're online, this is me, and the reputation that I build online, it's going to follow me around for a long time. All right.
Why not? I'm going to be incorporating Fiverr into my advertising. How did I know? That's wrong.
Is this a real thing?
Yeah. Oh, did you guys see this? Okay.
No.
When I used to do eBay, there was this advertising on my Facebook wall that came around. Okay, it's a toddler in one of those harnesses, like a backpack looking, where you lay it out. And I don't know if I should say this, but it was to keep them. It was to. It was to keep them from doing something to themselves. It was so all kinds of wrong. It starts with an M. Master something.
Did you guys see that thing that's been going around now for and believe it or not, these are real products. They're bathroom deodorizers, and they're
Poopery.
Yeah, there's a couple
on Amazon.
Can you believe this stuff? I've seen the commercials for it.
I saw the very first commercial like 2 years ago, and they've been making them since.
I didn't think it was real until I actually realized they're really selling this stuff, And for those of you in Great Britain and all that, water closet, whatever, I mean, this is supposed to deodorize when you come out, I mean, so you don't have to
spray it in the toilet before you go.
Spray in the air.
You spray it in the toilet before you go to create a film. Not that I use it, and it traps the odor and it doesn't leave the evidence of,
Well, I'm just waiting for them to come up with an industrial version.
I told you, just like that harness thing was a prank. But the harness thing is even worse. That's even worse.
I just want to find out if they had an affiliate plan. for the money that has everything.
After that. You suck, Nelson. You suck.
I wish John would say something stupid once in a while. He's always so right on and so, can't you think of something really dippy and crazy and dumb to say, John?
He just sits here smiling while we talk about it.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know.
That's stupid.
Is the world still flat? I don't know. Yeah.
Nelson said is.
No. Don't.
Honestly, though.
You're trying to blow my head up here, but it's not going to work.
Honestly, though, the world's a better place for John. We love you, John.
We love John Stir.
We do.
Thanks. Okay.
I'm going to come.
You say about noon? I've got a meeting at 11 outside of the office here, so I hope to be back by noon. Yeah, I would love to be in.
No, it's like the guy who goes to the restaurant can't pay for his meal, so he does the dishes. So that's how we're contributing to his membership. No, that was a joke, Nelson. Relax.
I was cool. Yeah, I have to check my schedule. I think because my schedule changed a bit, so it might actually work. But normally I would have a class at that time. Yeah, Monday. Normally I would have a class at that time, but that schedule changed a bit. They canceled the next couple of appointments because I won't be around. So I might actually be able to make it.
Nelson, I'm going to be your PR rep. You know, I'm going to start with you, Nelson.
Hey, is Bryce gonna?
I'm not your stalker. Heck, I'm better than that. That's because I live on Skype. You know, sue me for that. I don't get to bed till 4 or 5 in the morning. Because my bedtime is at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, helping people globally and getting back up at 9, 10 a.m. So what's your excuse? Thank you very much. Okay, well, there you go.
Okay. There's the contest. Who gets the less amount of sleep?
Please, I can be on 3 days straight, no problem. I have that kind of energy. No, it's not healthy, but I'm just saying I can.
I'm lucky if I can be up for 3 hours straight. I'm doing good. The caffeine is what, you know.
I don't even need caffeine. If I go on caffeine, I'm just extra dangerous. Share.
That's cool.
You were also talking about body odor and stuff. So I'm going to incorporate fiber with my free traffic sources. I'm doing experimentation. If it works out, I'm going to teach a course on it. Fiber to join as a free rep, but piggyback. Yeah, it's an outsource. Piggy, you pay $5, or if you upgrade 10, 20 for SEO, any kind of thing you want. I mean, you can pay people to prank call anyone. I mean, you can do so many things on Fiverr. So, but I'm experimenting with advertising. You know, I'm going to see if it works out where I could do it for free, and if my experimentation works, I'm going to teach this.
Okay.
And you get paid in the process also for being a rep at the same time.
Yeah.
Incomplete, would it just be nothing? It was completely incomplete. I'm just stalling for time, Brandon. I'm clearly stalling for time. Don't question it. It's not helpful. All right, let me get the doc up here. We got... Oh, that was awful. I apologize sincerely to our loyal Twitch viewers out there who I'm sure were not real pleased with that noise. You have Pella to thank. He's a jerk, so there's that. He's not actually a jerk. He's very nice. Mild-mannered even. I would go that far as to call him mild-mannered.
Whatever floats your boat, Nelson.
Yeah. I think some people would look, it gives them something to look at besides him, you know, just the talking head, you know, you see something going on in the background. Oh, look.
No, I think it's interesting to actually, you know, that helps you see that something is real, you see.
Yeah.
And people don't get to see that much these days. And these days, people are very cautious and suspicious and stuff like that. So whenever you have the opportunity to show that you're real, and this is a part of branding as well, you know, and I think it wasn't so bad. Okay.
You know what, though? I just read today, when you gave me that video to watch of them, you know, earlier, it led me to another, yeah. And it sent me to another link that caught my eye after I watched that video. I know Nicki Swift stuff is not that great. It's not always accurate. But they had a point, though. Like The Voice, all these reality shows, whether they're singing shows or drama, they're actually fake. They're fixed. They're not what you would really call reality, where what we do on here is what you would literally call reality. Because it's not fixed. It's not we're not planning it ahead of time or anything. I popped a pimple today. Nothing. I'm innocent, I swear. Who told you that?
Yeah.
Like I
He
said,
actually said he had no opinion.
like
Yeah,
I thought
I
about
was
doing my
impressed.
own channel again.
What?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, John.
Nay, you say that? What you said again? What?
I'm thinking of starting my channel video series up again, like I used to do. I
Yeah,
just can't stand when YouTube takes the darn things down with, and I didn't even violate terms. That's what makes me leery to do it again.
I see. Yeah, yeah. I got to start making some videos myself about teaching English and stuff like that. You know, in my style, the way I do it. I'm kind of a different teacher, so and yeah, my students seem to like me. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
And a lot of them have likes and bots that they follow you, and you have to be careful that they're actually real people. I have software that does it for me too. And LinkedIn can be, that could be 50-50 depending how you go about it. But like we were talking earlier, it depends how you build your list and how effective that list building is going to be. And as I was saying, if I'm experimenting with Fiverr, not only if it pans out, will it get me exposure and I could duplicate that with other people, but you're getting paid in the process. So it's like you're getting paid leads or paid prospects. Oh, really? Oh no, no, I know that rule, but no, no. There's a what I'm doing is above board. It's hard to explain. That's why it's just better that I experiment and that I could show people step by step, and it doesn't go against their terms or anything. Have your info. Right, exactly. Well, actually, I'm not because the list that I build, I will be servicing them in universal capacity. So it's not just fiber, but I'm not. It's not that I'm trying to purposely take them outside the fiber just to do that. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm playing around right now with it. And there's another thing too about that. Speaking of Fiverr, some people are teaching. The ones that are making a lot of money on Fiverr, they're teaching open up more than one account with the same PayPal, use a VPN, do this, do that, and other people saying that it doesn't work, you get caught. Yeah, people are still teaching it. Yeah, I can't use two PayPal's, but I've been on Fiverr since it first came out. Like I know that's been going through changes, but the problem is that you don't really make a lot of money on Fiverr on just one account because it doesn't look professional. If let's say you have three different skill sets, okay, and you can market all three of your skill sets, it doesn't look good to mix them all into one account. That's why people made separate accounts, one for SEO, one for copywriting.
We all know the Greater
Unless
Toronto
you could
area is
offer it as an
growing.
upgrade package, maybe. But even then, that's why people mainly separated those things, and they could get more exposure that way too. Uh, no, I know. It just sucks when people that abuse something good ruin it for the rest of us that don't abuse it.
While the topic has come up on gig sites, Fiverr, of course, is the big granddaddy of it all. Anybody else or Belinda, have you had any luck with any of the other gig sites, or have you ever used any?
Yeah, I used my software to get gigs from that site in order to get orders on Fiverr. Actually, that's one of the big things I do. And Fiverr like sites if they're stable. Yeah.
That whole gig script, that was fairly inexpensive to buy and to set up a gig site like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it might be a little more complicated to run, but for that reason, a number of them sprung up for a while there. I don't know if they're still.
But a lot of them didn't stay though. That's the problem. Is that now you have more Fiverr type sites, but they're not stable, and you don't want to get screwed over because that's the problem. Is what if you're hiring somebody to outsource something that you can't do yourself? You have to make sure, like I said before, that they're not going to screw you over. And when you have a Fiverr closed site, you don't have that backup, that reputation like Fiverr has, where you have a better chance of finding. I mean, yeah, there are some screw ups in Fiverr too, but they have a system, so you get to know your rep. You get to know who you're going to be working with, and those other sites don't really always have that.
Yeah, I would like to see more niche specific sites like that, more niche specific gig sites like IBO Toolbox. They have their own IBO gigs now, and everything in there is kind of geared toward marketers, internet marketers and so on and so forth, network marketers and such. And I kind of like that because that's kind of a themed site. I'm not going to go on there and see, I will make you a bracelet for $5. And, I'm more likely to see something on there like, I will help get traffic to your site, or I will show you how to do an SEO thing, or, something that's more related to internet marketing. I would like to see more niche sites like that. I mean, what if there was a gig site and all it was about was crafting?
Yeah. Yep. Got that one. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I can't use Photoshop because I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was going to say it's not the fact that you can do it for free. Most of those skills are done for free. But I mean, when you're talking about services, but you're paying somebody else basically to save you the time. I'd pay $5 to make me a logo if I didn't want to make a logo myself.
Yeah, that's Here, I was going to touch on that. Like I said before, a lot of people, even if they can do it cheaper, they don't want to look. They just want to get it done. They don't care if they have to pay a little extra. Like I touched on that before. And as far as GIMP, Photoshop has more a feature, especially if you get the full version. But it's too expensive, and Photoshop makes me cry. I'm lucky. I know. I know. Well, let's put it this way. Photoshop is for the kind of person that is a high-end artistic graphic, not your everyday Joe, that will use features that the most of us will, like, there's features on Photoshop that I'll never even use, even if I got good at graphics, okay? So GIMP has all I need and then some. And yeah, you're right, it's free. I still have to learn how to use that properly, though. SketchUp, Google SketchUp's a good one. Blender, they're all free. Paint. Oh, that's another thing too. I offer for gigs is creating proxies and the prospect word. Copywriting. I offer all that stuff in my gigs that I do myself. And there's a lot of people in Fiverr using software to do a lot of their tasks also. Yeah, but what if you're going to Craigslist? Like with my software, I scrape off Craigslist of people looking to get, let's say, logos or e-covers done, and I can't do it myself. So I go to hire somebody. I'm honest. I let them know it's not me doing it, of course. But I go to hire somebody, match make with them. And they need to be specific with that logo. They're not going to be able to use all these softwares for something more intricate like that. They're not going to be able to get away. Nelson, did I not tell you before a lot of these tools are free that people are charging for? I am aware of this. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but I disagree that they're playing on people's ignorance. I think they're basically banking on people's time. Time. It's like Belinda was saying. There's things I would buy even though I could do them for free. I'd go ahead and pay the money because I can get it done. It does it all the time. I don't want to monkey with it.
Okay, yeah, but Nelson, you're not. But Nelson,
hold on.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, John.
Hold on. It's like this now. It's like Ernie just said. It's not necessarily that people are trying to get over on people playing on their ignorance and stuff. People today simply either don't have the time or don't want to take the time because they want to concentrate on other things. So they would much rather pay someone to do something for them. Now, this is where, hold on. This is where we get back to the integrity thing. Now, you can say what you want, but there are people who will not take the time to research how to do this and how to do that.
Yeah, exactly. My point.
It's too difficult for them. They would rather go somewhere, I can do this for you for this amount of money. If they can afford it, they'll do it. But
right,
now
exactly.
What people need to do is realize that you get what you pay for, and you could probably get a better deal or a very better value or the blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Okay, what do you mean?
and you're supporting him, which is a good thing. Another fellow working him.
Yeah, but how do you know? How do you know how much time the person has to invest into doing something like that? That's the question.
Nelson,
What
let me
that
tell you.
do, Nelson? Hello, listen, and that's fine. I agree with what you're saying on one hand, but on the other hand, not everybody can just have the desire to do that. Okay. Yeah, of course they are. But this is where we get back into the putting the
Being
integrity
discerning.
back into the market. You see,
Hey,
people like us have to start talking about this.
yeah, it's like getting your oil changed in your car. I mean, we all can figure out,
Janice.
we could all change our own oil, or most of us could change
Right,
our car, but we don't do it. We pay somebody else to do it. You know,
Okay,
right.
Nelson,
you
this
know?
is what I'm trying to explain to you. As an outsourced broker, plus the fact that I'm also a Fiverr rep and do my own, projects as well. Most of what I do does require skill, but some of it I use software, but I'm always transparent with my clients. Like they know if I'm the one doing the work or if it's somebody else doing the work. I'm not one of those people that, some people do this. They do lie and take credit for the work that they didn't do. I get that. But I am very, as long as you're transparent and the client's happy and he knows he could do this if he wanted to, then there's no problem. Some of my clients required a very specific detailed logo that somebody in Fiverr with free website or software could not accomplish on this pre-made templates. This is something that I did have to hire somebody. It was more than $5. I gave him 20 just to get the logo started with free revisions. There are good people in Fiverr that do intricate work. I understand that, Nelson. I understand, but most people.
This is
Okay, but
where
Nelson, but what my point is that not all, but most people that need logos done or any kind of work like website design, they they're not going they're not going to be able to go to a Fiverr rep that's using, like you said, a free template site or whatever. You're gonna they're gonna know the difference. I mean, some of that's just pretty obvious. Like you know.
but okay,
I'm talking about logos.
you know what the basis of that problem is though, Nelson? People are in too much of a hurry to make money.
Microwave
They,
thinking.
they don't, and, yeah, and yeah. But you have to, this what you're saying. You have to put this out here, and you have to present this in a way to teach the people. You put things like that on Mardox to teach the people about doing their research and about okay, you know,
Even $5.com is throw that out. I do. It's another Fiverr site. You know, a lot of them. Of course, we always do that. You're going to there's good and bad in every group, though. There's going to be good and bad in all of them, really. Well, yeah, I'm sure of that. Actually, that's the thing too. Is there's people like I got creative and I searched on Fiverr and through my software so I could get more searches done. I found people that get paid to prank people. I mean, on the phone, through email. I'm like, if I could make a living, if I didn't kill my reputation and I can make a living, I would do that.
The pro- the problem is sometimes people don't really, especially new people coming into the industry,
Yeah.
they don't know what's valuable or not. And this is why it's very important, especially since the big PayPal thing has kind of shaken everything up. It's very important that we start pumping integrity into the industry. And,
I should teach people how to find good outsource. That's what I should do a training on. I know there's others that do it, but I want to do it in more detail.
but
I'm talking about in business.
it's like Ernie. It's like Ernie was earlier. People need to get more into these niches and stuff and figure out what their passion is and what they're good at and feel a need and really be into it. And there's enough out there to make some genuine, honest income and stuff like that. But
Be a landscaper. Be your self-made landscaper.
Cool.
yeah.
You know what? Let them come to me. I'll find them. I'll find them people that are interested in their work.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's an industry.
How should I take that one? In your diaper. Anyway. Okay, I'm going to say my profession. Brace yourself. I'm a professional coach, trainer, lead broker, proxy, outsource broker, and marketing service provider, copywriter. Hey, that
You
right.
know you're gonna have to pay a fine for that, right?
Yeah. You said it now.
That's a 2-page business card there, Belinda.
I know, seriously.
Front and back, and maybe a fold over.
You want to buy a pencil? portfolio. Well, excuse me for having 25 years experience and deciding to learn something new a little bit and out expanding my skill set. If you have time to lean, you have time to clean. I'm kidding. It's a joke. I like sitting on my butt watching soap operas and eating my bonbons all day. Yes. I'm skinny. I can eat anything I want and I don't gain weight. I have to eat a lot just to maintain my weight. I have a very high metabolism. And yes, my thyroid is fine, boys and girls. I did make sure that it wasn't a medical thing. It's just my genes. My husband's the same way. He's skinny. Or you mean bulimic? You mean bulimic? That's bulimic. Anorexic, you starve yourself. That's what mine is. It burns right through. Exactly. Actually, the lifestyle, you should lifestyle your diet. In other words, you don't sacrifice anything. You just eat it all in moderation so you're not feeling like you have to binge because you're doing without something. Oh, here's another thing too. You don't want to lay down right away after you eat, especially meat. You want to let your food digest so you don't get indigestion problems or take that chance. That's another reason too. But I mean that goes for everybody. We should all do that. Well, let your food digest so you don't get cramps before you exercise. I'm not a big meat eater. I only get my craving for it here and there, so I never had to worry about that. turkey dinners, Thanksgiving. It's that tryptophan effect. Oh, that's true. I don't eat duck. I tried lamb. I didn't even like lamb. It's a required taste. You have to get used to it.
Oh, I don't know. I like chicken and all that. I eat the beef and the turkey and all that. But the reality of it is, I have to go with Belinda as far as the one of the healthiest diets is a variety diet. Where of course that varies from person to person, but most of us could probably eat a variety of things just in moderation, as long as we're careful and eat healthier foods, eat more real foods and less processed stuff. That's probably a good advice for anyone.
Here's the thing I read about, interesting. We all have different body types, like protein, and I forget what the other ones are. So like, let's say Nelson can eat beef, but Ernie might be a different body type. So his body might tolerate the beef differently than, let's say, Nelson, and they're both eating the same food. And if you have like a slow metabolism, this may not work, but for the person with the average metabolism or better, you could eat your foods in a certain order that tricks your metabolism and speeds it up. And you could have like desserts on certain days and then trick it again. And so it doesn't plateau. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. You always have the salad first, and it should be after that. And drink water so that you also fill up a little bit with your liquids. Yeah, no, I can't do that. There's just no way. I'm not even a big water drinker. I force myself to drink it. No, I mean I drink it like not. I don't live on soda. I drink a little bit of water. Oh, I love Oreo cookies. That's bad for your stomach.
No chips.
Yeah, but I read this. I don't know if it's true, but Oreo cookies can tear your stomach apart. I read this. I never had that problem, but I read this. I can't I can't drink milk with my cookies. I can't have milk because I'm not lactose intolerant. What it is I found this out. My doctor could not even figure it out. I figured it out. I can have milk. I can have cheese. I can have any dairy, but something about the milk, and I'm allergic to penicillin. It makes me highly sick. So when you go to commercialized milk, they're sitting in their slop all day, so they're fed penicillin and antibiotics to the cows, which get into the milk. But the reason it doesn't affect the ice cream or cheese that I eat, because the process that they go through kills it all off by then, when it's in those forms. But the pasteurization also makes the milk not taste as sweet. If you get raw organic milk, and now here we can't sell in New Jersey, but Pennsylvania or any surrounding state I can get it. I can drink that, and I don't have a problem, and it's so much better tasting. And I know people say, oh well, germs, because it's not pasteurized. You know what? You honestly have no better. You have just as much chance of getting sick off the meat you eat and everything else. It's really not really upping your chances the way people think it is. It really, you're not taking that big of a risk. It's actually better for you that way.
We don't have any vegetarians on here, do we? I find myself a lot of times, that a lot of the meat I eat, if I eat meat at all, it's usually at dinner, and during the day I tend to eat more vegetarian. At lunch I tend to eat more vegetarian, but I'm not vegan. I eat a lot of cheese, and things like that, and I find that. For my particular body type, that seems to work better, but the meats, Belinda's right, the meats take a lot more effort to process for me and for most people, I think, and you're more likely to get indigestion, reflux and all that other stuff.
If you lay down right away after eating anything, especially meat.
Yeah. And I try to eat, more whole grains and things like that. I know there's a big thing. Don't eat so many carbs. It spikes your blood sugar. But I think if you have a proper mixture of the carbs along with some protein and some fiber, you're not going to have quite the problem you're going to have if you're eating, refined carbs, of course. Well, honestly, we got kind of a late start. I got to kind of bug out and let you guys finish this off. So 2.5 minutes. Oh, I can talk for 2.5 more minutes.
Well, I was going to say though, if I may, the ice cream and stuff. Like I said, I'm not lactate intolerant. It's just the penicillin in the milk itself. Now, people don't realize that pasteurization has chemicals in it. So that could actually harm you. Now, I'm not trying to, this is what I hate about media, okay? Everything's bad for you now. You'll die of starvation because every food is bad for you. There's something wrong with everything nowadays. And so you do have to use some common sense and, balance that. You have to make your own personal decision on, what you're willing to eat and not eat. But for me, I'm just better off with raw organic milk for my situation than having pasteurized milk that makes me sick. So that's the gist of it for me anyway. Yeah, I grew up with that. Make your own compost. Make your own soil or get organic soil that's not depleted.
No.
Yeah, and you know what? Your own compost is more nutritious than even the organic, expensive soil that you can get. Because a bowl of spinach back in 1948, if you were to grow it in the soil that they have today, you would have to have 6 bowls of spinach to equal that one bowl because the soil is so depleted unless you make your own. And pesticides, you have to rinse everything really good and ugh. I feel the pressure. I thought that was the tree behind you. Monday. Bye, everybody. God bless you all.
Bye-bye, everybody.